Hey guys, Mike here at Image Tutorials and welcome back to a new modeling video. Okay, well, today another subscriber request and this question came from David, and David is modeling a 1950s diner, okay? And he asked me to explain and show how to model a 1950s style bar stool. All right, so we're going to load a reference image. We're going to go to our panel view. We're going to go to View, Image Plane, Import Image. And let's see, where'd he go? Right there. Okay. So this is what we're going to go for. I'm going to hit R to scale that up quite a bit so we can see what's going on. All right. All right. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Now we are going to start with this upper section here. Okay. So you have the folds in there, if you will. All right. So we're going to take a polygon pipe. We're going to bring that up. It's quite big, obviously. So we're going to hit R to scale that down. And just kind of move that over here. I have to zoom in. We're going to go to our polypipe tab and we're going to increase the sections to 40 to make it nice and smooth. We'll decrease the thickness to 1. That's fine. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 of those going on. So we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Multiple Edge Loops. We'll do 6. And there we go. Let's see, yeah, that's going to work. Okay, we're going to hit Q on our keyboard, and we're going to right click, go to face, one there, there we go. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh, Extrude under Face, and let's, oops, not the offset, sorry. Let's pull in the thickness, not too much, because we are going to smooth that later on. All right, so we got that part, right? Let's just try that. Right click object mode, hit 3 to smooth that. And it's a bit strong, as you can see. Okay, so we're going to Control Z, Control Z. I'll hit 1 to smooth that back. And let's do minus 0.05. That's probably a bit better. Right click object mode, hit 3. That's much better. All right. And go back to 1. Now we want the top and the bottom edges to be nice and tight. So we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Single Setting, and we'll push an edge loop up here and one down there, and hit Q on your keyboard. Okay. Now for the seat itself, the top section there. All right. What we're going to do there is we are going to create a polygon sphere. Let's get rid of this here. Let's make sure that it's nice and smooth. We'll do 40 subdivisions. We're going to switch to this view, and we're going to kind of place that on top there. Have to zoom in. Let's hit 4 for wireframe mode so we can see whether it's centered or not. There we go. All right. 5 for shaded mode. Right click face, and we'll take off a little bit more than half. Okay. Delete. Right click object mode. We're going to bring that down to about there. And then we're going to hit R, and we're going to start to push that in like so. Hit W to bring that up slightly. And now we're going to tweak that a little bit. I have to zoom in, get that in place from our top view. 4 for wireframe mode, so we can kind of see what's going on there. All right. I have to zoom in. We're going to raise it up just a little. Right click edge, double click on that outer edge, and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude. Hit W. I think I got the wrong extrude, sorry. Control Z. Edit Mesh, Extrude under Edge. Where'd he go? Right there. Hit W and bring that down just slightly, and then hit G to repeat and R to scale in and W to pull down, like so. All right. We're going to move to this view, right click object mode, F to zoom in, and let's pull that down to there. And let's see what we get when you smooth this out. Mesh and smooth. All right, not too bad. Okay. So now for our, what are they called? Bars, or I don't know what they are. Okay. So what we're going to do there is we are going to take one of these guys. There are two cross sections, as you can see. And what we'll do is we will create a CV curve. Let's see if that's the best solution here. Actually, just to make sure that we're on the right scale here, I'm going to select this and I'll do mesh combine for now. Modify center pivot and edit delete by type history. Just raise that up. Hit R to scale that. And it doesn't have to be exact, but just so we have a reference. Okay, I'm going to take my image, move that over a little bit, like so. And now we are going to start with our tubes. Okay, we'll take a polygon cylinder, we'll pull that up, and we're going to set caps to 0. And let's set subdivision to 30. Then we're going to hit E to rotate, like so. Set that to 90 degrees. And let's get this into proportion. W to move. And we're going to need some point where we can kind of see how thick this should be. So we're going to hit F to zoom in, R to scale down. That looks about right. Okay. Now we're going to move up right there. Let's move to the middle. And we're going to hit R and we're going to start to scale that out. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do that from one side and then we're going to mirror it. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to move in. Right click face, edit mesh, extrude. All right. We're going to hit W. We're going to bring that out. And we're going to hit E. And we're going to rotate that a bit. We're going to hit G to repeat. W to pull out. I don't want to curve too soon. G to repeat, W to pull out. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Rotate that some more. G to repeat, W to pull out. E to rotate. G to repeat, W to pull out. And the cool thing is that once we have one of these, we're pretty much done because we can then just duplicate that. E to rotate, G to repeat, W to pull down. To about so. G to repeat, W to pull down. to zoom in. As you can see, we need a little bit more rotation, and we need to make sure that this guy is straight. So let's just check that. Looks like it's curving inwards. That's better. Okay. G to repeat, W to pull out. And at this point, we're going to start to rotate that again and kind of move it out. G to repeat, W to pull down. I have to zoom in. G to repeat, W to pull out, and E to rotate. G to repeat, W to pull down to about there. Okay. Now let's see what we got. Now this is one of the legs in the back that we used as reference. So we're going to extend this one a little bit. All right. And let's see what we got. Now we have these rubber stops at the end there. So we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box. That's fine. Single setting. We'll do that around there. Q to exit. Right click face. Select those faces and go to Edit Mesh and extrude under face. We give that some thickness, not too much, like so. And then from the bottom, we're going to zoom in, right click vertex, drag select, hit R, scale it out a little bit, and W to pull it down a little. Okay. So now that we got this, right click object mode. Okay. We're going to add some edge loops to make sure that it will maintain its shape. We'll do one right there. We'll do one here, and one here. Q on our keyboard. And then we're going to right click, go to object mode. We're going to go to our top view. We're going to hit W to move, and as you can see, our pivot point is over there, and we want to move our pivot point. So we're going to hold down the D key. We're going to move the pivot point right there. And then we're going to hit Control D to duplicate, E to rotate. Just get rid of this to minus 180. And I'm going to select these two, mesh combine, modify center pivot, Control D to duplicate, rotate that to minus 90, like so. Select all of it, mesh combine, modify center pivot. I have to zoom in, and we're going to snap that to our center of our seat. Okay, just to hold down V for that. Let's check our height, because that's probably not right. We're going to bring that up. Let's bring that down a little bit. Like so. Excuse me. Okay. And then we're going to go in and create a polygon torus. Let's set that to 40 by 40 subdivisions. Let's hit R and scale that down. Move to this view, and let's see where I want these. Hit W to move up, and I want one right around there. I have to zoom in for wireframe mode, so we can kind of get this guy right. And that one should be on the outside, so we're gonna scale it out a bit. Let's see. Section radius 1.5. That looks closer to what we should have. I'm going to go to my top view. Hit W, bring that in. F to zoom in. And once again, we're going to snap that. There we go. And let's just check this. Bring it down to, let's see, to about there. Still a little bit thick, I think. So we'll bring down that section radius again. Let's do 1.2, probably better. R to scale in. And let's make sure that it's not cutting into our model there. All right, so we got that. We're going to Control D to duplicate. We're going to hit W. We're going to raise that up. And R to scale in. F to zoom in. All right. Then we're going to take all of these, mesh and smooth. Let's see if that looks okay. It does. All right. So now we're going to take that. We're going to get rid of our reference image. And let's add some material here. Right click, assign new material. MIA material X. Material tab, presets, Chrome, replace. Then we're going to go down here. And I'll do that from this view so I can get them all at once. Right click face. Right click, assign new material, MIA material, presets, rubber, replace. And instead of black, I'm going to use kind of a gray color. All right. Okay, then we're going to focus on the top here. Right click object mode. Come on, object mode, mesh, separate, assign new material. Let's see. Why is that not taking? Oh, I know why, sorry. Blend is maybe a bit too shiny. Let's do, I'll do blend and I'll bring down the reflection. Okay, so blend, checkered box. Now I'm going to go for my leather. There we go. And we're going to change the color to red, like so. Hit our texture button. Let's see, we're going to make that cell size quite small. Crease color, we'll do black. And it's kind of hard to see how that's going to turn out when we don't have a proper reference. Let's just see. thinking whether we should just do even red. That looks a bit cooler. Okay. All right, we'll give that a go. Okay, so we're gonna select the whole thing, Control G to group, edit delete by type history, modify freeze transformations, and modify center pivot. There we go. We're gonna create a ground plane, and let's just make that nice and big. Right click, assign new material. We'll do a Fong E and make that white. Let's make sure that our Barstool is sitting on our ground plane. Oops. Okay. Create lights, point light, pull that up, hit 7 on our keyboard so we can kind of see what our light is doing. There we go. And we will go into our render settings, mental ray. We're going to set the image size to HD 1080. Quality tab, we're going to increase that to about 1.5 roughly. Let's see, indirect lighting, we're going to use image-based lighting for that. We're going to set up global illumination. And under quality, ray tracing, I'm going to increase these values, just these top 3, okay? All right, let's see, we're going to select our image-based lighting file. So let's find one, HDRI. Let's see what we got here. All sorts of files that we can choose from. We're going to set up a resolution gate. So that's going to be our Barstool. And I'll pause the video, do a test render, and see you guys in a sec. Well, there you have it. There's our Barstool. And yeah, I think it turned out okay. So hopefully, David, you're happy with this. And I'd love to see your scene when it's done. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to find out what tutorials are going to be made in the near future, check out my Facebook page, MH Tutorials. And that said, thank you guys for watching as always, and love to see you guys again. Bye.